Welcome to the Lakeshore Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. People sometimes wonder what UUs do believe. And I think one of the main strengths of this faith is that we have encouraged and support each person's individual spiritual journey, rather than imposing beliefs that each person has to share. Our 8 principles simply identify actions that follow from our own beliefs. My personal favorite is the top one, of course. We covenant to affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of every person. And I will go on to say that this is a very difficult thing to manage this particular political era. But I would say it's probably worth an effort to try. You're inspired, but you might not actually get there today. The theme of the month has been living with intention. I think this morning's service will help us to think through what that means to us, and music can light up a lot of possibilities. All of us can be thankful for our special guests this morning. Carrie has been here multiple times, and we've always enjoyed her coming. This is Peter's first time, and we have Carrie to thank for the idea to bring him here. If you have comments or questions, you can put them on chat as we go along, but we will also have a time after Shalom where Peter will answer those kinds of questions.
For the beauty of the earth, this spinning blue-green ball, yes. Gaia, mother of everything, we walk gently across your back to come together again in this place, to remember how we can live, to remember who we are, to create how we will be. Gaia, our home, the lap in which we live. Welcome us. Each morning, we must hold out the chalice of our being to receive, to carry, and to give back.
It's a privilege to share this time with you. So I have a song to begin called Turn Me Earth, as Linda said, and celebrating. I thought that was beautiful, Carrie, the Gaia piece in the beginning. And so this just continues that, the thoughts of the earth, the fact that we're all on this planet together, always right now, turning, always turning, moving even though we can't feel it moving, but it is indeed moving quite fast around the axis of the earth, 900 miles an hour around the sun, 67,000 miles an hour around our sun together. And a mysterious and beautiful fact of our lives together. And so here's a song that has a part for you on it. I'd like to teach it to you. So the part is twofold. First, on the verse of the song, it's sort of a statement, a call-answer form. So I sing a line, then you sing a line. I sing, "Turn me, earth, to a new sunrise," and you sing, "Turn me into the light of morning," and I go, "Turn me, earth, when I close my eyes," and you sing, "Turn me into the night." So your parts are, "Turn me into the light of morning, turn me into the night," like that. And then the chorus goes, "Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night." Okay, so that will repeat throughout the song. The luxury of Zoom is that you don't have to sing. Do what feels comfortable, but please join in if you like, and also probably mute, because we know what happens when everybody sings on Zoom. It's just a cacophony of sound. So let's sing Turn Me Earth. Turn me, earth, to a new sunrise. Turn me into the light of morn. Turn me, earth, when I close my eyes. Turn me into the night. Turn me earth to blackbird's trill, turn me into the light of morn. Round again to the whippoorwill, turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Again, turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. And as you're spinning light and dark, turn me into the light of morn. Turn me earth around your star, turn me into the night. Through the seasons we will go, turn me into the light of morn. Summer rain and winter snow, turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night again. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Mother Earth, your child I am, turn me into the light of morn. I was born for this dance. Round and round the sun we fly, turn me into the light of morning. Thank you for this life. Turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Turn me into the night. Turn me into the night. One more. Turn me into the night.
Thanks, Peter. Music does not touch merely the mind and the senses. It engages that ancient and primal presence we call soul. The soul is never fully at home in the social world that we inhabit. It is too large for our contained, managed lives. Indeed, it is surprising that the soul seems to accommodate us and permit us to continue within the fixed and linear identities we have built for ourselves. Perhaps in our times of confusion and forsakenness, the soul is asserting itself, endeavoring to draw us aside in order to speak to our hearts. Upheavals in life are often times when the soul has become too smothered. It needs to push through the layers of surface under which it is buried. In essence, the soul is the force of remembrance within us. It reminds us that we are children of the eternal, and that our time on earth is meant to be a pilgrimage of growth and creativity. This is what music does. It evokes a world where that ancient beauty can resonate within us again. The eternal echoing of music reclaims us for a while, for our true longing. From John O'Donohue. And now I'd like to invite us into a bit of a meditative moment. Music is what language would love to be, if it could. When Linda invited me to speak and told me that this date was available and that your theme this month is living with intention, it was kind of like the stars had aligned for me. I've been with you enough that you know that I am passionate about music, and that I have a son, Matt, also very passionate about music, who died by suicide. It will be 18 years tomorrow since he's been gone. So one of my intentions is to honor him today through Peter's incredible gift of music. Another of my intentions is to invite you to ponder what it means to you to live with intention. For me, that means to be gratefully present in the moment in order to be aware of opportunities to move and to act in ways that are in keeping with my soul, what I think is essential to living a good life. When Matt died, I suddenly didn't know what I believed or what those essentials were. Pretty much everything I thought I knew about God, about justice, about myself, was blown apart by Matt's death. I would venture to guess that we've all had really bad things happen in our lives that knocked us totally off course. How do we get back to living with intention? Shouldn't surprise you that I turned to music. Somehow in that black hole of grief and doubt and anger and fear, someone got through to me and said, "There's this guy I think you should listen to. His name is Peter Mayer. Look for his song called Holy Now." I wish I could remember who she was, because I would love to thank her for being the first of the little miracles that I found that helped me reconnect to the sacred and to myself, and to get back to joyfully living with intention. I invite you to take some time later today, especially since there's no Packer game, to call to mind who or what are the touchstones in your lives that help you stay the course, and feel the gratitude that you have for them. Think about what is important to you, what your soul knows, and how your life reflects that knowledge. But that's an assignment for later. Right now is my third intention: to invite you to share the joy that I feel every time I listen to Peter Mayer. Here you are, Pete. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Carrie. I'm just grateful and touched by your words, and I'm so glad to be working with you this morning, and thanks for inviting me in to this circle. I love the idea of living with intention. It's not something I'm always very good at, to be honest. But when I was thinking about this morning and songs, I selected a few that I thought evoked sort of an intentionality. I think intention, to me, partly speaks of practicing our spirituality, spiritual practice, meaning doing things that instill, make us better people, remind us of important things, those kinds of ideas. And one of the songs that came to mind was this song that I'll play for you, and it's called Breathe In. And the reason I thought of intentionality around it is because it's based on a moving meditation that somebody actually taught to me once. And it's a very simple meditation that in my better moments I'll do when I step outside in the morning, or just stay inside if it's too cold. And so I'd like to show you the motions, and if you like, you can join in the gestures while I'm singing the song. So the song is called Breathe In, and it begins, hands open to the day, like that. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms reaching to the sky. Then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light. And then hands, branches catching rain. Breathe in, breathe out. Then rising like a stalk of grain. So now your hands will rise again. Slowly breathe in while you're breathing in. Breathe out. And then arms reaching to the sky. Then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light. And then we end where we began. Hands open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. So I'll sing that lyric. And then if you like, you can join in the motions, or if you'd rather, you can just close your eyes and imagine them. Hands open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms reaching to the sky. Then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light, to the light. Hands, branches catching rain. Breathe in, breathe out. Then rising like a stalk of grain. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms reaching to the sky. Then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light, to the light. Hands open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Thanks for joining in on that one. Well, you may know that we recently lost Thich Nhat Hanh, who was a wonderful Buddhist monk who wrote several books about mindfulness. I read a book of Thich Nhat Hanh's not too long ago called The Art of Living. I think that's his latest book. And I just loved it. Mindfulness, of course, is the practice of paying attention to the moment. And realizing that our minds wander, not just wander, but speed in all directions. We all know that we're constantly thinking about things that don't have to do necessarily what's in front of us right now. And it's been shown that if you focus in a very intentional way on what is in front of you, on the present moment, on the here and now, that this can really bring peace and joy. But it's not always easy to do because it isn't always our nature to do that. So we have to work at it. Thich Nhat Hanh calls this concentration. You have to practice concentration. So he has this wonderful saying, one of his many sayings. He says happiness isn't really, ought not to be considered a luxury or something that you get if you're lucky. But happiness is, he says, happiness, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. In other words, no matter what else you do in life, make sure that you're being present and that you are therefore finding happiness, finding joy, and that you will then be a better person, a more effective person. You'll be better at whatever work you're doing. You'll be better at your relationships because you are happy. You're finding that happiness that all of us hope for in life. And so I love that saying, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. So here's a song inspired by Thich Nhat Hanh. Human being, where are you going? Is there any way of slowing down your restless pace? Since you got legs, you have been racing, running from something or chasing some demon away. And so every day's the same old thing when the bells of morning ring, and you think that your life feels like you're riding on a train with happiness a destination that you may only reach one day. But there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. So breathe. There's no place you need to run to. Every place is there inside you, everywhere you long to be. And joy, joy whenever you may know it, happens only in this moment, in this very cup of tea. So here and now is where you disembark, where you arrive and not depart, where you start to stop and feel you're not just riding on a train, with happiness a destination that you may only reach one day, because there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. So here and now is where you disembark, where you arrive and not depart, where you start to stop and feel you're not just riding on a train, with happiness a destination that you may only reach one day, because there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Is there any way of slowing down your restless pace? Well, I'm really grateful for your comments, Carrie, about the song "Holy Now." I'm so glad that you found me through that. The song "Holy Now" is inspired by growing up Catholic, which I did, and I'm grateful for that experience of growing up Catholic. One of the reasons for that is because it gave me a sense of the idea of the holy or the sacred. And I remember, excuse me, I remember being an altar server and having to help the priest on the altar during the course of the Sunday morning service. And I had in order to do that, you had to handle certain objects, and certain objects that were considered holy. And you were told this when you were being trained as an altar boy. These are holy objects, so you are to handle them with the utmost of care. You know, these are special things. God is present here in a special way. Well, this is very mysterious to me, but I remember that feeling. Wow, I'm picking this up and God is here. I'm picking this thing up. I really am going to try not to drop it, you know, and I just never have forgotten that feeling of handling sacred objects. And as I grew older and learned more about the fact of my own life and our understandings of the universe, the cosmos, life on Earth. What was I really a part of here? What am I a part of? And we know a lot about those kinds of things. What is the nature of reality? And it all just truly just astonished me when I would learn about anything from atoms to living cells to you name it. It just absolutely astonished me, and often would leave me just staring into space, wondering, wow, this is just amazing that we're even here at all, thinking and speaking to one another. It's just absolutely miraculous. And so my idea of the sacred, of the holy, became cast across reality itself, thinking this is truly a sacred experience and a sacred place. You can't always feel that. I know that. It's not our nature to always be in blissful awareness of how amazing it is that we're alive, especially when we're suffering, dealing with suffering and loss, all that stuff. But it doesn't change the fact that it's amazing that we're here and that we were born, and that we are observers and witnesses to everything around us and to the fact of our existence. So anyway, here's a song that kind of talks about that. When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. Now I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Questioning child's faith, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come. Say it's not a sacrament tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. Made me wanna bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Thank you. Well, I thought thank you for putting up with my tuning, by the way. I'm sorry I'm always doing it. During my shows, I like to sort of half jokingly and half serious invite people to think of tuning as time for meditation, because then it takes pressure off of me, and I can maybe even make it a little longer for people's sake. People who want a little bit more time to meditate. So bear with me. I'm just going to try to Okay. Well, I thought I'd also like to share this song. I hope it's okay with you, Carrie. Carrie did not put me up to this, but a couple of years ago, Carrie and her husband Bob invited me to write a song inspired by their work for St. John's shelter, homeless shelter in Green Bay, and I was just, of course, I was touched that you asked, Carrie, but also inspired by the work that you all are doing there. And I mean, if you talk about living with intention, I think that that's a perfect example to me of living with intention, reaching out to the more vulnerable in our midst, and extending a helping hand. I just so greatly admire that, and I again don't think it always comes naturally to us. I think that we have to decide that this is something that we're going to do. We're going to love one another, like Jesus told us to love one another, but we don't always know what that means. And even though it's a simple word, it can be very difficult to do. So I just want to say thank you to you, Carrie, and Bob, and all the folks involved at St. John's with your generous hearts. And so I was thinking about when I wrote this song, what is the sort of the heart of what it means to love one another and help one another. And I think that if you consider one another part of the same human family, this is a a way of thinking that helps us strengthen us to do that. Because when we're in a family, we always, not always, but oftentimes it's our go-to place for caring for one another, sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters. If we grew up in a family, oftentimes we just do whatever we can to help our brothers and sisters, our mom and dad. So if we think of each other as brothers and sisters, I think that can change us inside. So here's a song inspired by St. John's. And the chorus, I feel badly because the chorus is rather long. I was going to say, feel free to sing on it. I won't trouble you with teaching it to you because you don't have the words in front of you. But I'll when I come to the chorus, I'll tell you the chorus, and then you can hear it. You know what? I'm just going to play the chorus. I'll play the chorus right now, so if it comes around, you can at least perhaps try to sing it. The words are, we're one people, though we may be strangers, still we can be friends and neighbors, still we can be a family. We can call each other sister, brother, son and daughter, mother, father, and when we falter, join our hands and help each other stand. We can help each other. That's the chorus, so it'll come back again, and if you like, you can give it a shot. Some of us have made it to the destination. Some of us are stranded on the road. Some of us are safe and sound when we lay our head down, and some of us are sleeping in the cold. There is fear that means to draw a line between us, saying we should stay on our own side. There is also kindness rising up inside us, calling out across the great divide, singing, we're one people, though we may be strangers, still we can be friends and neighbors, still we can be a family. We can call each other sister, brother, son and daughter, mother, father, and when we falter, join our hands and help each other stand. We can help each other. Some of us can chart a pathway through the darkness. Some of us cannot find the way. Some sit at a heavenly table set with plenty, and some of us go hungry every day. And all the while the heart knows we are in the same boat, and our many destinies are tied. In the worst of weather, we go down together, and at our best, together we rise, singing, we're one people, though we may be strangers, still we can be friends and neighbors, still we can be be a family. We can call each other sister, brother, son and daughter, mother, father. And when we falter, join our hands to help each other stand. We can help each other. We're one people, though we may be strangers, still we can be friends and neighbors, still we can be a family. We can call each other sister, brother, son and daughter, mother, father. And when we falter, join our hands and help each other stand. We can help each other stand. Thank you. That feels like about a good place to end the little set, if that works for you all. And then I wanted to mention that I'll come back then and close with Blue Boat Home, invite you all to sing on that. And then I'll be also present, perhaps this was mentioned, forgive me, but I'll also be available afterwards during the coffee chat for a few minutes if you have any questions or comments you'd like to make about anything. Okay.
Thanks so much, Peter. Thank you very much. And so we're going to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Oh, Carrie, I was trying to squeeze in tuning my guitar there, and then you ended so quickly.
We're meditating. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you a little more meditation time. Well, it's been great to be with you all. Thanks again for having me. And so here is a song. I can't. This may be the song that some of you know me by. I don't claim to have written the music to this song. This is an old hymn written by Roland Pritchard back in the 1800s. I grew up singing this tune in church. So this is Heifredal, which is the hymn tune, with a different set of lyrics. Also, like the first song, celebrating our life on our planet together. And so we'll end with this song. And please join me if you like. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, Far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now. Never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Peter, every time we sing that now, we will envision you standing in front of your wall here, and that will even make it even more special.
Oh,
We thank you so much for the time that you've been willing to spend with us. And Carrie, we owe it all to you. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have found Peter. And by the way, should you look for Peter on the World Wide Web, I want to caution you that there are two Peter Mayers. One of them lives in Nashville, and that's the one I found first. And I started looking at his repertoire and I said, you know, none of this looks familiar. And fortunately, Mary Jo knew. So she got me out of there and I got the right Peter Mayer. So when you're Googling Peter Mayer, be sure you put Minnesota with it. If you have comments or questions for Peter after Shalom, it looks to me like we're right on schedule. You can have all that time to ask questions after we sing Shalom. We'll do that first and then we'll open it up.